Welcome to the Black Gold Texas Tea Show, where we celebrate the richness of African American culture and beyond. Here, we uplift, inspire, and dive into real life stories that remind us all that we are more alike than we are different. I'm Sweet Tea. Some may call me Sweet Texas Tea. And on the show, we explore the beauty of our shared experiences, the power of positivity, and the wisdom of godly principles that help you live your best life for the rest of your life. So, you might be wondering how this all came about. I'm so happy that I feel that God has given me the gift of gab. Some would say they've been saying it all my life. But more importantly, I have over my lifetime built some phenomenal relationships with people from all different walks of life, various ages, and I've learned that we really are more alike than we are different. And then I had an interest in finding out more about these other folks and their cultures. And even growing up where I grew up, there wasn't a strong presence of African American culture and history. And as I've gotten older, I've had the privilege of living in areas that there was a prominent presence of that culture. And I learned the richness of that culture. And it made me even more interested in learning more about myself, as well as sharing it and learning about other cultures as well. So you might be wondering, where did the name come from? Well, if you're of a certain age like I am, you might remember this old television show that started out with, "Come and listen to a story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude. Oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea." And I had prayed about what would I call my show. And Black Gold Texas Tea is what came to me through the Lord in the middle of the night. And all of us that remember the Beverly Hillbillies, that was kind of a thing that was back then. But when I look at today's climate, when I look at what's happening in our world today, when I look at my children. I don't have children that I gave birth to, but in my heart, in my mind, all children are my children because, as Whitney Houston said, I believe the children are our future. And I want our children to be proud of who they are, but I want all children to be proud of who they are. And that means that we as adults need to ensure that we instill in them honest and truthful things that they can be proud of about their history and about their culture. And I also think that there's a richness, though Jed may have been shooting at some food and got this oil that made him rich. All of us are born into the world from a culture that is rich in its own right. And I think the more that we learn about the various cultures, we really will be able to look and understand that it takes all of us. God created all of us fearfully and wonderfully, and He gave us all responsibilities. But if we don't bind those things, let me say that a different way. I believe that if we come together and understand each other and understand our differences and understand our commonalities, then we're going to be stronger for even knowing those things. We're stronger as one than we are divisive. You know, we don't want to do things that tear us apart. We want to be able to support each other and stand shoulder to shoulder against all odds. And so here on the Black Gold Texas Tea Show, that's what I want to focus on. So when you think about the show, just know that, we'll be looking at deep conversations and even some lighthearted moments looking at the history of today's culture, because there's a space for encouragement and inspiration and truth. So get ready because we're about to tap into some things that are really special. And I hope that you will join me on the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to discover a lot of things. And amongst those friends that I've had the privilege of meeting, and I hope to meet some new ones as well, I'm going to share everything that's shared with me. You might be able to tweak here and there, pick here and there, little tidbits that you can use in your own life, because I am certain that all of us have gifts. And it is imperative that we use our days and our nights to use those gifts for the better good, right? That's what I'm hoping to have happen. I'm hoping to inspire you. I'm hoping to, inspire you to dig deeply and discover what your gifts are and ask yourself, how can you use your gifts for the betterment of humankind? All right. So that's kind of where we are. That's what I was thinking about when the show came to be in my heart. So just in case you want to know a little bit more about me, obviously Texas T, I'm from Texas. And I've had the privilege to live in several places. I have an extensive career in training everything from leadership and staff development to proprietary applications. And it's been a ball. I have so many stories. If you know me personally, excuse me, if you know me personally, you know, if I can't do anything else, I can talk. I can also sing. But I laugh at that because, we've sometimes sat back and said, look at what you got in trouble for most when you were a child, and what did you grow up to become? And y'all, I can't even lie. The one thing that I got in trouble for all the time was talking too much. And I grew up and started to work in customer service for a telecommunications company. Go figure. And then became a trainer where I literally stand in front of people and talk all day long. Who knew? God knew. That's who knew. So when you're looking at yourself or you're looking at your children, be careful not to poo-poo on them just being what they were created to be. It's imperative that we pay attention, not only to our children, but to ourselves. Take a look at what really makes your heart sing, what really makes you feel great about yourself at the end of the day. That's what I hope to do. And that's what I hope to inspire within you. I'm going to have lots of fun guests who will bring lots of great details, and we'll share a little tea from time to time as well. And at the end of all of it, just know that I also want you to connect your spirit to Christ so that you can be all that you were created to be, that He can lead you toward just that. Actually, um, I don't know what they call it. When there's a show that has a storyline, I think it's a breakout show or something like that, because this comes from a radio show that I was blessed to have before now. And I had talked to various friends and followers who said, dang, T, I didn't get to catch it. I was at work and I could never catch it. And I thought, that's so sad. I've had the privilege of interviewing my fabulous friend, Santa Larry, who I'm sure we'll talk to again at some point. And coming very soon, you will also see some other interviews that I plan to have. But I know a lot of really cool people and hope to meet so many more. And they all have things that they can share with all of us as we all are growing and living our best lives. And that's really what I want to do. I want to be a sort of I don't know if it's a conduit or some type of medium that takes from one place and gives it a way to transport to you. I certainly would love to hear from you about what you'd like to see, what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to do. So I'll be on all, when I say all platforms, you can find me at BlackGold-TexasTee. Now, there's a little twist to that. So be sure to look at the caption right here below because my T spelled a little different. So look and make sure that you look for me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for right now. But I believe that God will increase my territory and we'll see where else that goes. So I told you about the radio show because what else I'm doing is I'm taking some of the videos that were captured while I was recording the radio shows, and you'll see drops of them periodically around the various places that you'll be looking at me, right? So it'll be, some of them will be fun. I think a lot of them will be fun. And again, I want to hear from you. Follow me. Share with me what you think is great. Share with me what you'd like to see more of. And eventually we'll be doing live broadcasts, and you may be one of my guests yourself. I just look so forward to using the show to be an inspiration everywhere. And the one thing that you'll hear me say over and over and over again is, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Let the rest of your life be the best of your life. Because you only get one, right? You don't get any mulligans or do-overs. You get one chance to get this thing done. Now you can start over and you can start over and you can start over, but you can't outlive your start overs. You know what I mean? At some point, my mom would say, there's no fool like an old fool. So if you're a youngster, I hope that you start now to gathering information so that you have a longer time to live your best life. And I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how or when, just that you do, right? So I am beyond excited, over the moon thrilled that I get to share information, that I get to learn information myself. And I'm looking down the line at my vision of what this Black Gold Texas Tea podcast can turn into. But not without you. Come on and join in the fun. We're going to have a little hot tea at some point. And who's to say that I won't even have merch that includes some little bit of tea? Tell me what you like. I'm looking forward to it. Just know that I'm so excited to have this opportunity and looking forward to hearing from you, sharing with you, growing with you, and having a blast with you. This podcast will be one that's focusing on positivity. The mood will be positive all the time. And we'll be looking for ways to have a blast all the way through that positive journey. Hey, listen, I'm just glad you're here. Looking forward to what it's going to be. Can't wait to tell you all about it and then look back and see how far we've come. As of today, thanks for being here. Let me know what you're thinking. And again, remember, let the rest of your life be the best of your life. Until next time, God bless.